Hey guys, Elizla here. So I just wanted to do I don't think it's gonna be a quick video because I think these are just like an hour long of me trying to remember shit that happened a long time ago. So for this one, I wanted to talk about how I felt on my own. So basically, when I was out on my own, I finished training and just how it went, I guess, basically. So, day one was already rough. It really tested my backing skills, and I'm not very good at it. I'm better now, but I'm not very good at it. I wasn't very good at it then. So, it took forever and a day to get a trailer. So by the time I got this trailer, it was like late in the afternoon, late, where people are getting off of work and stuff. And so I grabbed this trailer, and the terminal that I'm at, there's one way in and one way and a different way out. So the way out was closed or something, so everyone was going out the front. So when I went that way, the trailer that I picked up wasn't even checked out to me. Like, they didn't send in the thing saying that I'm trying to take this empty trailer. And so when I got there, the guard was like, well, you're not authorized to take this trailer, contact the your fleet manager and stuff and back out. But when you're ready to go, you can go back out the normal way because that's open now. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So I had to back up. I'm not that good. Like, it's not like I'm backing up straight. I have to follow this curvature of the road and not hit the cars that are parked there as well. So that was a bit rough. I was really nervous. I'm like, let me not embarrass myself at my place of work. Let me not do that. That would really suck. I'm like, I'm a new driver. Ain't nobody stopped to help me. Like, nobody. Not even the guy that was coming in. Like, you didn't want to. Okay, that's fine. Don't help me. That's cool. I'll figure it out. It's gonna take a while. So after I backed up enough and followed the curvature of the road to turn at the first turn that I can get to, I had to repark with the trailer and send in a message asking them to, send in the thing for it. I think also that day I had grabbed a trailer that I had to put back before then, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what happened in January, and it's December now. So, and my dog's looking because I saw somebody walking, and I'm like, ugh. And so, after that happened, by the time I was able to actually leave, it was like 6 or something in the evening, right? And I live in Georgia. That Atlanta traffic's no joke and stuff. So I had to drive whatever the distance where I needed to go, and I was just like, it just felt really weird. I'm driving this by myself now. I'm solely responsible for what I do. There's nobody watching me. It's just me. And so I was just like, oh, this is weird. So weird. And so I was stuck in traffic, so it took a while to get there. I got there about I got there about, she likes to sit under my feet and she just gets in the way. I think that's like a random homeless guy. I'm glad you didn't walk over here. But I got there and they sent me a message telling me to hurry up and stuff. I'm like, first of all, you see where I live, right? And you see when you gave me this trailer. Traffic. All caps. What you think's gonna happen? You're gonna fucking rush me. I got there. I'm here now. He's like, you need to get there as soon as possible. Like, you should have gave me the trailer as soon as possible. Like, what? Do you not understand? This is peak traffic hours. And everyone talks about how bad Atlanta traffic is. Wait till I get there and I'll let you know. Because they can see everything. On the onboard computer, they can see everything. So they can see that I'm currently driving. They can see when I started driving. So it's just like, y'all need to stop that. But I got there, and backing, it wasn't difficult, but it was difficult for me because I was new still. But luckily it was and it was really dark too, so, and it wasn't that brightly lit. I don't remember it being very brightly lit. Like there was lights but not enough. And it was enough for me to do a straight back. I just had to turn around and then I had to do like this awkward one. So it took me a while to get there. Being that it was, I'm still really new at backing and not very good at it. So that took me a little bit. And then after all that, I got going, and I didn't drive that long either because it was already like 10 o'clock and everything, and sleepiness was gonna hit, and I'm just like, I don't know where to stop. And my smart self didn't download this app to help me find other trucking spots. I just had the Werner app, which would tell me, my company's app, it would just tell me where we can fuel at. That's it. So that was smart of me, right? And so, wow, it was so long ago. I'm trying to remember everything, but I came across a Love's and they had like one parking space left, and I straight backed into that sucker. I was like, hallelujah, thank you, because I didn't know what to do. So it was just, it was so nerve-wracking and so uncomfortable. That's basically how I felt for like the first, I think it was like maybe the first month or so, because it took me a minute to get like to not feel so terrified in here. So that's just how it felt for every delivery and everywhere I had to go. Driving on the highway itself isn't so bad to me. It's not so bad to me because I'm just driving straight. That's it. It's when I have to get off the highway and get to these places, that's where I get really nervous. And I still get a bit nervous with that now. I do, because a lot of these places that need truck deliveries aren't meant to have trucks anywhere near them. Not on the roads, not at the buildings that these things are at. They're not built for it. So that's what makes me nervous about it, is just that. And then, I don't know how tight the roads are and the turns and everything. You have to take turns extra wide and whatnot. So that still makes me nervous, but nowhere near as what it was when I first started. I know, I think it was like the very first place that I had to deliver to. I think it was the very first place I had to deliver to. I shouldn't have been there. I'm so new, and I just got a message, and so it's just the way it was built. I was like, I don't know how to do this. Like, the way I know how to do it, I couldn't do it. And it was like they had it was just in this lot, and it was big enough for me to to get in there and turn around, but to back in, it was just like when your truck starts rotating, the truck itself was gonna hit the equipment that they had outside and stuff, and I'm not that good to get this maneuvering angles right. So I was just like, crap, so I'm over here struggling. And I think, no, I didn't have one of those, but it was just hard. And I was just like, I was doing it for like 30 minutes, and this dude, there's a business connected to the building, and this dude watched me do it for like 30 minutes. Like, I was doing this for 30 minutes trying to get in there, and I couldn't get it there because I was trying not to hit all this other stuff, and it was just like I was struggling, and I kept getting out to look and figure it out, and it was taking forever. And this guy was like, do you want some help? I see people do this all the time, and I used to drive trucks, and I was like, if you can get in there and not hit anything, be my guest. And he put it in there for me. I'm not gonna lie, he did that for me. I am not ashamed, because I tried for 30 minutes and I couldn't get it. I'd be ashamed if I didn't even try, and I was like, hey, yo, come do this. So I'm not ashamed to get some help, because I was clearly struggling, because I was doing it for 30 minutes and it was not getting any better. So that kind of sucked. And that place was sketchy too, because I arrived at night, and I was going to look for somewhere to sleep from there, but it was just weird. So that was really hard. It was just like the first place I go to, is a test, and I can't even do it. The first day of just trying to leave the terminal was just couldn't even do it. Well, I did, but it was just really testing everything. Cause yeah, I did have to take a trailer, put it back because it needed maintenance, and then get the other one and had to U-turn and all that good stuff. So I was just like, oh, I'm so stressed. Yeah, I'm not that good at this. But it was fine. I was still learning the whole macro thing as well, because you're supposed to send macros when you're done. I was waiting for load information. I was just like, where is it at? Because I finished. And they were like, did you send this macro? I was like, no, I didn't. And they were like, are you new? I was like, yeah, I'm new. And she was like, they were like, why didn't you just say so? If you need help, just let us know. And, just send us a message, let us know, and we'll help you out. And I was like, I will. Thank you. I didn't know. So there's like a macro for like everything. And you get there, arriving at the shipper, the consignee, or whatever, arriving wherever you gotta go, emptied wherever you were at, all that stuff. There's a macro for it. And so that was fine. And I think it was that same 2 weeks I was out. I don't know if it was like right at, I don't know if it was the next load or it was sometime during January. They sent me to another place, and I think it was the first 2 weeks I was out, they sent me to this other place where I couldn't get in either. I did not have these skills. I watched somebody get in there like this, and it was one of those stupid docks that have these stupid walls on it. Like, the dock is like this, like the dock is here, but they have these stupid concrete walls on the side of them for no reason. That makes things so much more unnecessarily hard. And I hate that so much. And I'm better at it now. I rarely have to deal with it. I've only had to deal with it like one other time that I can think of. Maybe 2 other times. But that one was really hard because also like some odd feet away, there was another concrete wall separating. There's another concrete wall in front of it that was separating this business that I deliver at, and another one. So it was just like all that rotation room was gone, and I was doing this for like an hour trying to get in there. And it would have been a lot easier if they didn't have those stupid concrete walls, because once I get straight, I can just kind of do that wiggle thing to get into place. Bro, like I was trying to do it for like 30, I think it was like 30 minutes or more went by. I was doing it, and the people that worked in there were trying to help me, and it wasn't getting any better either. And then finally someone was like, he got in the truck, and it took him a little bit, but he got it in there too. We were working on this for like over an hour. Like, I was on time to my delivery because I got there the night before just to see where it was. It was in the middle of the city, which makes no sense. Which was also really bad because when I put in the address of somewhere to sleep, it took me down this road to turn around. I had no business being on, and I took that so wide. So I had to take that turn so wide that there were like planted trees. I was all up on those trees. Like, I didn't run them over, but I was scraping them trees. I was just like, yo, I'd have no business here, but whatever. So that one was really bad. Those stupid concrete walls are so unnecessary. I don't know why they're there. Just put the dock. We just angle at the dock because that's how most places are anyway. I don't know why the walls are there. So that was absolutely horrible as well. Like, I was kind of embarrassed because it was taking me so long. Like, I really was embarrassed about that. And it was just nothing I could do because I just couldn't get in there. My dog's over here being a creep, by the way. Say hi. Hi, Robin. Don't touch my phone. Don't touch my phone. So those were like the really bad ones. It was just, they were all kind of really bad because a lot of these places are just not meant for trucks, and it's just like, why? And I was being so new. It's so stressful, and it's so embarrassing because you have all these other truck drivers and they're looking at you and judging you like, oh, this person can't back, and then they look who you are and they're just like, then they're really talking shit, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that I look like a kid most days, so it's just like, you know, they got something to say. They don't say it to me, and no one's said anything, but you know, they have something to say, and they're just judging me from afar. And I'm just like, I got to the point where these places that I was delivering to, and they tell me what dock it is, I tell them it's going to be a while. I let them know, because, you know, I'm not that good. It's going to be a while. I just started. And it's funny when, like, I take forever and I struggle and I get into the dock and stuff. They're like, oh, how long have you been driving? Because, you know, they probably got something to say or whatever. And I'm just like, 2 months, 3 months. You know, it was like it just started. Don't touch that. Yeah, I see you over there. She does this weird dead fish eye, glass eye stare at me, and I hate it. But yeah, it's so funny because then they have nothing to say after that. They're like, oh. I'm like, just in case, yeah, if you had something smart to say, I just started driving by myself. Because they'll be like, how long have you been driving? I'm like, 2 months, a month, 3 months. It'd be like that. I'm just like, that's what I'm saying. And they got nothing to say. So, like, now when they ask, it's because they're just curious. But it's just like, now when they ask and I tell them, because I'm not doing horribly anymore. Like, some places I'm like, yo, I'm struggling because these places are set up just, what? Like, why? But it's just like, you know, sometimes they're like kind of impressed, which is really cool. That makes me feel really good about myself when they're like literally impressed, because some of these places will be like, people normally struggle here and it didn't even take you long. And you still took your time and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to hit anything. I'm taking my sweet old person who can't walk time. No. I'm not trying to hit nothing. And stuff. So it's just like, that makes me like, you know, that makes me feel really good. Like, I'm really improving when I get compliments from, like, you know, other, I don't get them really from other drivers, but I get them from people who actually work at the places that I deliver, and they'll give a compliment, which, I mean, they see a lot of people like all the time, like a lot of drivers and whatnot. So, and then they'll, you know, ask me how long I've been driving. They're like, oh, you did really well. I'm like, really? Thank you. Because I've like felt like I was really struggling, you know? So it's just, I don't get compliments too often, but it makes me feel better about it. And sleeping in the truck, the first month or so was very uncomfortable, to be honest, because it was just a new environment. Even though I've slept in a truck with my trainer, it was just, I'm out there in a new area that I don't live at. I'm not in my house, and I'm by myself sleeping in this truck. And so that was scary to me. And on top of that, I just wasn't comfortable in general. I guess there's another truck that's supposed to make a delivery. Sup, bro? You gotta wait your turn, because you will hit me if you try to back in next to me. So, lost my train of thought staring at this damn truck. So, and also it was just like everything would wake me up. Like when the truck would idle high, when it would idle off and idle on, it would wake me up every time. And then when it was idling high, it does that for like 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever. I would stay awake the whole time. Are you just going to sit there? Because he's completely blocking my way. I wish I could always turn the camera around. I don't know why phones don't allow you to do that, to flip the camera around. But whatever. But it was scary. Like, it really was very uncomfortable and scary sleeping in this truck by myself. And then back to just driving in general and maneuvering around and backing and picking up trailers and everything, you have no one to ask but yourself now. Like, you can't just ask your trainer, hey, is this good? Or, have them watch your back or even guide you in or anything like that. It's just you now. It is just you. You're on your own. It's up to you to do it yourself. Figure out what you need to do. That sucks. You have no choice but to rely on your skills and figure it out on your own. Like, sure, you can ask like other truck drivers or something if you really need to, but it's just like, it's really up to you now to get this done and to succeed. So it's just like, oh my gosh. It's really nerve-wracking. And one thing I had to teach myself to remember is don't rush. Like, just because you're taking a long time to like get into the dock, or not even the dock, but just to get into like a parking space at a truck stop or something, don't let somebody rush you. Don't, because that's how you hit somebody. You're gonna mess up your angle and everything like that. Just don't worry about everybody else. Just you get in there. And sometimes, like, a lot of time, if you're taking a long time, someone will just hop out and help you just to speed things up, to be honest. Which I'd rather you do that than me trying to rush just because you're trying to drive by or anything like that. So just take your time. But that's just how it was for me, to be honest. It was just really uncomfortable having to sleep here, and then I'm on my own, and being on my own is a new thing. For me. Because I lived with my parents for like a long time, up to like I was 20, almost 21, and then I joined the Marine Corps, and that was like 4 years I was gone, and then I moved back home, went to school, and like I still live with them, but I'm only home like 4 days a month, if you can call that living. It's not really living. But that's pretty much how it went. Like, the first month was rough. It was just getting used to sleeping in here, getting used to the schedule on my own. It is more comfortable as well because with a trainer, or at least with my trainer, we ran as a team. So I drove during the day and she drove at night, so the truck was still moving. I don't like that. I'm prone to motion sickness, so all I can do is like sleep, talk, or listen to music anyways. But if I'm trying to sleep and it's moving, I still get motion sick, to a certain extent. Not as bad as it would be if I was like concentrating on something, but it's very uncomfortable. And also it's scary, because anything could happen while that person is driving while you're asleep in the back. Some crazy driver, they gotta swerve, move, some crazy driver, they gotta swerve, they gotta hit the brakes, an accident, they run off the cliff, something. Like, that was what I was worried about, because we were in the mountains and it was snowing. I was really afraid to sleep, but I did, because I was tired. You don't realize how tired you get just from working as a truck driver, because I do dry van, just a regular old trailer, but it's just like the hours, you feel that. Even though all you're doing is sitting and driving, you feel that. There's times where I'm so tired by 6 p.m. and I'm just like, why? I don't know. But that's just how it was. It was really uncomfortable. And I wasn't smart enough to download this app that I have now, like a retard. And then I bought like a book that had the truck stops. But I should just got the app, which I have now. But that's just, I'm trying to think, that's just really significantly, like, that's just how it was for me. It was just me trying to get comfortable with moving something this size on my own. I have no one to ask, no one to guide me. It's just by my judgment, and I have to correct my mistakes on my own. And then just getting comfortable being in here, sleeping in here, not in a bed. I have to get used to the fact that this is not a 9-to-5 job where I get to go to work and come home, and I'm just constantly working even when I'm sleeping. because I'm sleeping here, and I have to, you know, worry about someone stealing from me or something, you know. So once you get past that, it's actually not that bad. Like, it's so much better now, and I have a dog which gets on my nerves every day. That's not what I wanted, but I guess you got to be more specific for the things you ask for, right? But the dog is a recent addition, but it's just getting comfortable with being on your own, and just being careful and aware that when you walk around at night, try not to walk around at night, but at this point you have no choice since it's winter and it gets dark, you know, at like 5:30, depending on where you are. It's like, it gets dark about 5:30. So, and I'm still driving till like about 7 because I can't get myself up in the mornings anymore because of, one, I'm just drained from this job in general, and then because of the little turd that's over here on the floor. That turd right there. She's looking. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's just for me, because I'm a scary person, that's just how it felt for me. And then having to just make sure you have everything that you need, which you kind of see more things that you need as you go, and truck stops have a lot of the stuff, so that kind of helped out as well. But that's really the overall thing. And since I don't have an inverter, not having a microwave made things hard as well. But I bought this like weird lunchbox thing that heats food and whatnot. It just takes a long time, but truck stops do have microwaves. It's just, I don't want to carry food. I want to be in and out. So if I go to shower and then walk back, you know, I don't want to have anything in my hands. I want my hands to be free as I'm getting back to my truck and everything. Whatever. I want to be free of whatever's going to take me too long to get safely back into my truck. So that's the only thing that really sucks. It has me a little nervous with certain places, but and then I thought my truck was blinking. That's his flashers on. I'm trying to figure out why the hell he's still sitting in front of me. He needed to turn around like I did, except I came this way, he came that way. So he just needs to go back around and park down there like I did, because he's just sitting in front of me right now. I mean, I'm not going anywhere because they're still unloading me, but, you know, he's in my way. So I gotta turn to the right, which is gonna be hard because that car is there. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I turn to the right so I can park on the street till I can get my load info. But yeah, I keep saying that, but that's how it was for me, how it felt driving. It was just, you're on your own and you got nobody to confide in, to see what you need to do. It's you. So that's how it was for me. So I'm gonna end it here, and I will see you guys in the next one.